So today I'm here to talk to you about a recent podiatric issue that I've recently had with a peroneal longus neuropathy. The reason this came on is possibly because of a recent operation, not due to overuse, overtraining or any particular gait changes. Typical signs, pins and needles, tingling down the side of the lower limb, radiating down into the foot. Which has actually caused the hallux not to dorsiflex, which we'll come on to a bit later. So in terms of getting me back to fitness and to health, this has been going on for circa probably about 2 months now. So what I've been lucky to have from NK Sports Podiatry is a Compex machine, which has helped immensely. And again, we'll show you how this works in a little bit. But fundamentally, this is a very easy machine to do, which stimulates the muscles and the nerves. In terms of its operation, it's simply an on button, and once that goes through, there are various options in which you can choose to assess what you want to do. So if we just go down to sort of a recovery massage, just click on there and press enter, and then we can then choose which sort of settings we want. Now, in terms of the peroneal longus and the neuropathy, it did cause a few issues initially. Certainly with walking, the gait changes was most notable. So what has also helped is also a set of these. So some heel raises, 7mm heel raises to go into all my shoes. And what I have noticed again is that the higher the heel, the easier it is to walk. So sort of flat-soled Converse type shoes are not very good. Trainers are better, etc, etc. So again, where the peroneal longus and its anatomy, what I would recommend if anybody hasn't got such an app is the Essential Anatomy. This is a great tool where you can isolate muscles, isolate nerves, arteries, etc, etc, etc. You can pretty much do what you want, and you can spin, look exactly what you want to see. So as you can see, where we're highlighted in yellow, see that there is the peroneal longus. So you can see where its origin is the lateral surface up here, lateral surface, the proximal peroneal, and then the insertion is coming all the way down underneath to the lower surface of the medial cuneiform, and then the base of the first metatarsal. Now, the beauty of this Essential Anatomy is that it actually tells you all of this, the arterial supply, etc, etc. But what you can also do is you can actually, if you click on the muscle, just to bring that back again, you can actually hide all the other muscles, so you do get a true isolation of what you're actually looking at. So in terms, going back to the Compex machine, what we'll do is now we'll have a look, we'll set it up properly and we'll set it in motion, and at the same time you can see the actual problem with the hallux and how that's not actually working at the present time. So one of the signs that certainly found out when the peroneal neuropathy was slightly worse than what it is now is that if we were tapping around this area, you could actually feel a sort of a nice little pins and needles tingling that would then radiate all the way down to here, and certainly on here. So in terms of the dorsum, that was a little bit cold at times, but now, as I say, with the use of the Compex, the heel raises, exercising, and we'll come on to the foam roller in a little bit, is that this is actually dissipated. So what I'm actually left with now is this. So you can see where when trying to dorsiflex, I don't know if you can see that, you might get a better angle from the side, is that the hallux doesn't really want to go that far up. So there's a better view maybe that it's actually had enough in effect, and it is just sitting there and it's just dropping. So again, so if we compare that to this side, where that's great, no problem at all. Back to the right side, and the other toes are going, but that hallux is not moving. So when setting up the Compex machine, as you can see, I've just placed the two elements on there now. One of the things you can do is just literally just press laterally against the side, so you can actually see the muscle along here, and then you can actually see where you've got to put those elements on there. And as we said, in terms of the Compex, very straightforward. It's now on. This is all very easy. There's various wires, so if you want up to 2, 4, 6, 8 wires you can do. They're just literally colour coded, blue, green, yellow, red. So here we'll choose the recovery massage, and then what we'll do is we'll just do reduce muscle soreness. Start. Takes a little while to just assess where everything is. So it's just reading itself, just trying to hit each other up, and then what we can do is just increase the amount of stimulation, and this is wholly dependent on the individual, so you can go as high or as low as you want, so just to get an effect. And as you can see, this is going on for 20 minutes, just over. You can stop it at any time, and then if we bring that back to the foot, you can actually see what is actually happening. So these are stimulating the perineal, and then we have this effect down there. So all very interesting, but it's actually helped by using this daily and regularly. It's actually made such a difference. So to Nick and NK Sports Podiatry, it's been a godsend to be able to use this machine. And then that'll just run through for 20 minutes. It does vary slightly in terms of its stimulation, but as I said, it's all down to the individual and exactly what they want to do. And as I said earlier, foam rolling has also been useful. It's a whole approach. So what we're talking about is where we've got heel raises, Compex, exercise, which is walking, cycling, whatever you want to do. It all helps because it's all about building up the supporting muscles around and assisting you in getting back to optimal fitness. So as you could see earlier, it's not ready. It's certainly not fully fixed, but I can walk quite easily now, given the condition and so the bits that I'm doing at the present time. So when we are rehabilitating, it's a long-term thing, it's a regular thing, but if we persevere, the results will come, and that's the important thing. And then finally, we've got this, the good old foam roller. So not everyone's cup of tea, but I find this very, very useful, certainly after exercise, to be able to roll, stretch those muscles that are in around that perineal area, the gastroc, soleus, tibialis anterior, etc., etc. Very, very useful, but as I said, not everyone's cup of tea. This one is quite sturdy, to put it politely, because of all those nodules. However, there is a bit inside which is softer and is probably easier, should you want that to be the case. And in terms about learning about this, as I said, the Essential Anatomy app is fantastic. I mean, there's obviously lots of anatomy books, etc., etc. There's lots of stuff on the internet, but this really gets down to the crux, and just you can really drill down into where and how and what you're treating, what it does, what the innovations are, etc., etc., which is all very important. So where we are about 8 weeks, 6-8 weeks down the line, much better than where we were. Still a little way to go, but certainly a massive improvement where it doesn't actually affect me day to day anymore. So as again, thank you to Nick at NK Sports Therapy, NK Sports Podiatry, for all of his help and advice on this. And that's it for now. Thank you.